Hello there and welcome back. This video is going to be about Ansible, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can combine Ansible and Python in a sense that what happens when you would like to build a script that performs a specific task or operations on a specific list of hosts based on your Ansible groups. So currently in my environment, in the test environment, we have a few hosts and 4 groups. So we have the Linux, the master, the WinBasic and the WinDomain. And if I issue the Ansible lin --list hosts, it will give me the list of hosts that are in the specific group. And I'm going to show you how you can build a Python wrapper script which allows you to pull out this information, and then based on that you could use an SSH module or a PyWinRM to go to those hosts and perform a specific operations. So let's get to it. What we need to do is to create a script, and we should call it ansible groupie.py. Oh, and I don't have vim, but I have vi. So in order for this to work, what we need to do is to import the subprocess module. And for the subprocess module, what we would like to use is the subprocess.py open. So hosts of group is going to be equal to subprocess.py open. And for this to work, we need to specify some arguments. So the first one is the executable that we would like to execute. And this is the ansible command, which is located here on my machine. But if you are in doubt, all you need to do is issue the which ansible command, and it will tell you where that executable is if it can find it. So now that we have our ansible executable, we need to specify a group name, and if you recall, I have specified the Linux group. So list hosts, and then what we need to do is to create a triplet of variables. So hosts out and hosts r, and then what we would like to do is to issue the hosts of group communicate. And now what we can do is to refer to the hosts out and the hosts are variables. And now what we would like to do is to execute our script. So Python 3 and ansible groupie.py. So host of group is not. Aha, so I made a typo. That's not really new. So now, as you can see, here we have our output, which is the output from this one and the other one. And what we would like to do is to make sure that we capture the appropriate ones. So now, in order for this to work, what we also need to do is to specify something which will tell the subprocess where to send the output. So we would like to have the pipe here where we send the output, and this is going to be the standard output. And now, if we did everything correctly, this should not appear on the next execution. All we need to do is to run the script. So as you can see here, we have our standard output and standard input. And what we could do is to say that if host's error is none, then no errors, good to go. Let's just check it if it really evaluates the true. Great. Now what we can do is to say that else the following error occurred, and we will say that hosts error. So now in this case, if some error happens, it's not really a good idea to allow the script to execute further. So raise system exit. And now what we could do is to try somehow and verify if that error is caught. So the easiest thing that we can do is to delete an E from the executable, and it should say that no such file or directory happened. And then what we could also do is to process our output. So for host in hosts out dot split, and we would like to split it by the new line character, we will just simply print our host. And now we will need to decode the output, because this is a byte object that we receive from the host out. So the decode should be called. Now we can see that no error is good to go, and we have this one dummy line which we do not want to bother about. So if I say that I only would like to have the lines which do not have the following pattern in them, then what I could do is to say that if insert, and I say that not in host, then what I should do is not print the host, but create a variable. So list of hosts, and this is equal to empty array, and then list of hosts equals to hosts, and not equals but append. Sorry, I have been working on a Go project, so I'm now a little bit dizzy. So let's print our list of hosts, and as you can see, we have our hosts, but the problem is that all of our hosts starts with some white lines, and we also have an empty line. So now we need to filter them out. We can filter it out by saying that we would like to bother about this host if it is a host, and it means that an empty line will evaluate to false in that case. Then we have filtered out this part, and now what we need to do is to add a simple function to this, and this function is called strip. And now we have our host from the group, and it will work for basically any group name that I specify. So I could say that I need the master. And now you can see my CentOS master is the CentOS C, where I'm demonstrating this for you. And technically this was all I wanted to show you. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.